God is good. Yeah. And all the time. Ano ba yan? Okay, happy Easter, happy Easter. Okay, to begin, I hope na narinig yung gospel today. So I was not with you sa Easter encounter. Last 2 years ago, I was with the youth. So I miss you a lot. Anyway, I was with the youth in Cagayan de Oro last Easter encounter. There were about mga 40, I think 40 of them, 40 young people also. And many are new to Verbum Day. So really was something. And they were already preaching, giving the talks, like you here. So I was impressed also. So, challenge. Come on. Okay. So, before that, I have a question and answer. Okay, ano yung gospel natin bukas? Did you hear the story? Binasa kanina ni Kenneth. Anong story natin? Somebody remember something? What is the gospel for tomorrow? Sunday gospel. That's the second Sunday, Easter Sunday. So what is the gospel? Anybody? Did you hear something from Kenneth? Okay, so somebody was mentioning na Thomas was there. Okay, Thomas was there. Ano pa? Peace. Okay, peace. Peace. My peace. Ano pa? What does it talk about, the gospel? Forgive sins. Tapos na yun. Well, forgive sins. Okay, there's something forgiveness there. Ano pa? What is the event that we are celebrating in the gospel? Ano yung resurrection? Very good. So, my resurrection, my forgiveness, my peace, tapos si Thomas nandun din. No? Okay. So, very good children. You were listening very well. Okay. So, it's interesting. So, we're still in the octave of Easter. Okay, octave means we are still Easter Sunday. No? Even today is Saturday. Pero it's very interesting because if you just think about it, we are just 1 week after Easter Holy Week, di ba? No? So last Saturday, the same day today, last Saturday, do you remember what you did? Because today is Saturday, di ba? So 1 week ago, anong nangyari? Ha? Anong ginawa niyo? Wala ako dun eh, so that's why I'm asking you. Ano nangyari last Saturday? Ha? Via Crucis? Via Lucis. Okay. By this time, you were doing the Via Lucis. Right? More or less? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Do you still remember what happened? So I'm just trying to ask you to remember because it's just 1 week after, di ba? We are just 1 week after. And if you ask yourself, meron bang bago na nangyayari after 1 week? Wala daw. Wala daw. After 1 week ng Easter encounter, no? What happened to you? May changes ba? May changes ba sa mundo? Is there something new that has happened? So last week was resurrection. So how about 1 week after? Was it the same? The same lang? Okay. Okay, parang walang nangyari yan. Okay. Ano kaya nangyari doon sa Easter na yun? After 1 week, parang walang fruit. Okay, I will distribute this one to you. Distribute lang. This is from Evangelii Gaudium from Pope Francis. Okay, from Pope Francis. I hope there's enough copy. How many are you? Ito lang. Share lang. Share lang. Okay. So, babasahin ko. So, sorry kasi this is Google Translate. So, yung Tagalog dito, you may find very strange. Okay. So, babasahin ko. Ang pagkabuhay na maguli ni Kristo, the resurrection, no, ay hindi isang pangyayari sa nakaraan. Naglalaman ito ng mahalagang kapangyarihang lumaganap sa mundong ito. Kung saan tila patay na ang lahat, biglang bumubukal ang mga palatandaan ng muling pagkabuhay. Ito ay isang hindi mapigilang puwersa. Kadalasan ay tila hindi umiiral ang Diyos. Sa lahat ng ating paligid ay nakikita natin ang patuloy na kawalang katarungan, kasamaan, kawalang malasakit at kalupitan. Ngunit totoo rin na sa gitna ng kadiliman ay may bagong laging bumubukal sa buhay at sa madaling panahon ay nagbubunga. Sa nawasak na buhay sa lupa, matigas ang ulo ngunit hindi matatalo. Very poetic. Gaano man kadilim ang mga bagay, ang kabutihan ay laging muling lumilitaw at kumakalat. Bawat araw sa ating mundo, ang kagandahan ay isinilang muli. Ito ay tumataas na binago sa pamamagitan ng mga bagyo ng kasaysayan. Ang mga halaga ay palaging may posibilidad na lumitaw muli sa ilalim ng mga bagong pagkukunwari. At ang mga tao ay lumitaw sa oras pagkatapos ng oras mula sa mga sitwasyon na tila tadhana. Ganyan ang kapangyarihan ng pagkabuhay na maguli. At lahat ng nag-ebanghelyo ay kasangkapan ng kapangyarihan niya. So what does this mean? It simply says that when we look around us after sa resurrection, when we look around us, everything seems the same. No change. Di ba after Easter encounter, pagbalik sa bahay, ganun pa rin. Walang changes. So, everything seems normal, everything seems the same. But, that is the power of the resurrection. There is change. I like the part na sinabi dito, no? Na many times we see, no, kadalasan, saan ba yun? No? Kadalasan yung makikita natin ay kadiliman. Sa gitna ng kadiliman ay may bagong laging bumubukal sa buhay. So, even in the darkness of the world today, there is always life. Do you believe? There is always goodness. That's why I said to you a while ago, God is good. Because even in the darkest moments sa buhay natin, goodness is more powerful. That is the power of the resurrection. Goodness is more powerful. Do you believe? And that is the question. Do you believe? Do you believe? This is the sign of the resurrection. Even though talagang pangit yung makikita natin, there is always beauty. There is always goodness. Ba't tumatawa kayo? No comment. Okay. There is always goodness that will come out. So, I would like to ask you, no, to write in your paper, or at the back of that paper, in your notebook, ano ba yung mga signs of the resurrection na nakikita ninyo these past days? Ano ba yung mga signs of the resurrection? Okay? Can you make a list? Can you write down kung ano yung mga signs of resurrection that you see around you? Meron ba? Meron. You need to open your eyes of faith. May mga signs of the resurrection. Okay, so I'll give you a little short time. Make a list kung ano yung mga signs of resurrection na may kita niyo sa buhay niya. This past days. No? Example, signs of resurrection. Joy. Those are the signs of resurrection. Diba? In the midst of maraming sadness ngayon sa mundo, there is always joy. How do you see joy? Joy in your family. Friendship. No? Friendship. That's also a sign of resurrection. So ano pa? So, can somebody tell us kung ano yung mga signs of resurrection that you saw na nakikita nyo these past days? Or today? Anybody wants to say?
I just came back from Tagaytay, where we met probably 20 people from Taiwan. And I was just on the way back in the car just then, I was just thinking how crazy that was. Like, how there are Christians in Taiwan. Like, for me, that was a real, thinking about it, that's a real sign of the risen Christ, that Christ is alive, that he's working in these young people from Taiwan. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Very good. So imagine, no? We know what happens in Taiwan. They were affected by the earthquake, but still, as what I've seen in the picture, in the video, you were dancing, and many young people there are sharing joyfully their experience. So, okay, in the middle of tragedy and darkness, still there is joy. Ano pa? Ano pa mga signs of resurrection that Christ is alive, really alive? Bro.
I just came from Araneo. We attended the international conference in youth ministry, and I would say, the signs of resurrection that I am seeing amongst the youth really is the fiery enthusiasm to share the word. Araneo.
Saan yan? Sa labas?
Sa labas na natin eh yung
Okay, ano pa? Sino pa? Signs of the resurrection. Signs na Jesus is alive. Decide. Okay? Okay na? Okay na?
Sign of resurrection siguro yung hope. Kasi dun sa mga palube, kasi kahit na parang hopeless sila, parang andun pa din yung hope na may magbibigay.
Thank you. Hope. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, so if naghihirap kayo sa school, na yung grades niyo ay mababa, be hopeful. No? Study hard. Okay. Sige, okay. So, just continue to read this, no? And if you you want to deepen more on this. Okay. So, around us, there are many signs of the resurrection, that Christ is alive. It's like, sa akin, dumating sa akin na, di ba these past days has been a very strong heat wave. Di ba? Very strong heat wave. We feel very hot. And pag nasa labas kayo, pag mainit, anong gagawin ninyo? Pag nasa labas kayo, anong gagamitin ninyo? Payong? Eh? Nasa labas. No? Naglalakad kayo, wala sa kotse, okay? Naglalakad kayo, the sun is... Anong gagawin ninyo? Okay, cup. Okay. So, may payong. Sa Vietnam, hindi ko magamit ng payong. Guess, anong ginagamit nila? Ha? Kamay? Hindi. So, it Guess. Tayo, payong. Okay? To protect from the sun. Sa Vietnam, anong ginagamit nila? Believe it or not, they use jacket. Diba? The first time I was there, how come? It's very hot. If you wear jacket, diba, it will get worse. Why? To protect the skin. Diba? Diba, Jin? No? To protect the skin. So they are like ninja. No? They cover the whole their face, the whole because to protect their skin. No? Sa atin, okay lang. Payong. Anyway, but even though how much, no, o paano mo pinoprotektahan yung sarili mo from the heat of the sun, the heat penetrates still. Payong, if you have payong, still it's hot, di ba? If you have jacket, worse, no, still it's hot. So, whatever you do, if it's hot, it's hot. No? It's really hot. No? Do you agree? So, this is the message of the resurrection. Just an example, okay? Just an example of the resurrection. How much we protect ourselves from the resurrection. Jesus is so powerful that He can enter wherever you are. But that is the gospel of tomorrow. Alam niyo ba yung gospel tomorrow? The disciples, after the crucifixion, so they were hiding behind locked doors. Hiding behind locked doors. Dahil takot sila. Really, hiding behind, no? Locked doors. Locked talaga, no? Di lang close, locked talaga. I don't know how many padlocks, no? Really locked. But how many times they locked the door, still Jesus was able to enter. Like the heat of the sun. He was able to enter. So that is the most powerful thing, no? In the middle sa kadiliman ng mundo ngayon, all the bad things that we see around, we must believe that Jesus is powerful over all this. He can enter. Even though how bad the situation is in the world today. You know that in Cagayan de Oro, I was there, and they said that among the places in Philippines, Cagayan de Oro is one of the highest rates of suicide. And when I heard it, I was a bit alarmed. Kasi last February, I went there to participate in a formation, to give a formation to university students last February. And it's more about, yung information na binigay namin was more psychological, ganon. And from all the results na na-receive namin, half of the students have really attempted, mostly attempted, and have thoughts of suicide. We were alarmed, no? Kasi among the university students, no? So we were really alarmed, and we called the teachers, do you know the situation? with your students, and they don't know. They don't know. But this is a reality. Okay, this is a reality that we need to be aware, and we need, as young people, this is the reality of your generation. Okay? So, this is the reality. And I need to be aware. We need to be aware. No? So, it's not just stories that we hear from outside, but it's happening. So, anyway, so in all these realities sa buhay natin, in our times nowadays, still, we need to believe that Jesus is powerful. Jesus is alive, and Jesus is powerful. Why were the disciples afraid? Bakit kaya natakot ang mga disciples? Ano ba ang kinatatakutan nila? Why did they lock themselves? Anybody can answer? Question and answer ako ngayon. Anybody can answer? Bakit sila behind locked doors? Bakit sila nagtatago? Anybody? Takot sila sa? Multo? Multo. Just imagine themselves, no? Just imagine them, disciples. They have already left everything. They left the family. They have given their lives for Jesus. Di ba? That was, they were called by Jesus from the beginning. So they spent with Jesus the whole of their life for 3 years. So they were hoping for Jesus. They really give all their money to Him. They followed Him. They left their jobs. And suddenly, this guy disappeared. Anong feeling mo? And they are not in their own town, ha? Kasi most of them are from Galilee. So now they are in Jerusalem. And suddenly, this guy that you're following was killed as a criminal. So sino sila? You are members of this criminal guy, no? So how do you feel? Where should we go now? Saan tayo pupunta ngayon? I have left already my life, my family. I have put everything, my best for this guy. And suddenly, he disappeared. How would you feel? Imagine, no? You give your life for Verbum Day, example, no? And then suddenly, Verbum Day disappeared. Saan ako ngayon? Imagine myself, no? I have left everything behind. And then suddenly, Verbum Day disappeared. What will I do now? Example. So, that was the feeling of these people, the disciples. They were there, sa loob ng bahay, I don't know where. They were afraid. Kasi wala na silang patutunguhan. They don't have any direction in their life. And sometimes, and also, they also felt very guilty. Kasi when Jesus was taken by the soldiers, saan sila? They ran away. So they abandoned Him, their master. So they also felt guilty. What can we do now? And then Jesus appeared. So in their feeling of guilt, in their feeling of fear, pumasok si Jesus. And what did Jesus say? Peace. Peace be with you. I am alive. Do not be afraid. Peace be with you. I know that you feel guilty that you abandoned me. Jesus did not say that, no, kayo mga fake. No? When friends kayo sa akin, no, then you said, I love you, Lord. I will follow you wherever you go. No, then fake. No, Jesus did not say that. Not say that. But what did He say? He said peace. Because Jesus knows their hearts. Jesus, alam niya kung ano yung nasa puso sa yung mga disciples. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. And what is most beautiful with Jesus is that Jesus really, how do you say, isa siyang true friend. Kasi even though na we betray Him, I betray Him, I abandon Him, immediately He gave back the mission. If you read the passage, when He said, "Peace be with you," pinakita yung wounds. And then second time, He said, "Peace be with you." Why did Jesus say twice, "Peace be with you"? Diba when somebody tells you 2 times means that you don't really get it. The person has to repeat in order for you to get peace be with you, no? Peace be with you. Second time kasi the disciples were still a bit lost, no? So peace be with you. But at the same time, when Jesus said the second time, "Peace be with you," what did He say? He said, "As the Father has sent me, so I send you." What does that mean? He immediately trusted them again. Wow, so beautiful, no? Jesus knows that these persons abandoned Him. Matigas yung mga ulo, no? They're very fearful. They're not ready. Pero He already trusted them. Immediately He said, "You go and do the mission." So wow. How merciful is God? Diba? When I commit a sin, immediately Jesus entrusted again the mission. You go. Forgive. Forgive. If you forgive other people's sins, they are forgiven. If you don't forgive, they are not forgiven. So even Jesus immediately tells them to forgive. How merciful is Jesus? They were so sinful. They did so many bad things to Jesus. They were fake, in a way, no? Fake. But Jesus gave them the responsibility again. Now you forgive. You have the capacity to forgive. Lord, I am very sinful still. After the Easter encounter, walang na-change sa akin. I'm still the same. I'm still the same. Mainitin yung ulo. No? I'm still lazy. No? Still the same. No? Pero, even though you are still the same, Jesus immediately entrusts you again the mission. Go. Forgive. So that is the love of Jesus. Tapos, we also heard about Thomas. Thomas, who is a bit, you know the story. But what is good about Thomas is very interesting because Thomas doesn't want just to have hearsay, no? Because the disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord," but he doesn't want to experience the resurrection by hearsay. Alam niyo ba yung hearsay? Sabi-sabi lang, no? He wanted to experience really for himself, personally. Sabi niya, no? Unless I touch Him, no? Unless I see with my own eyes, then I will believe. And Jesus was so merciful, no? That the next week, the week after, He appeared personally to Thomas. So how good the Lord is. That's why I said God is good. Because He does what we ask of Him. So when He appeared, He didn't say, "Ikaw talaga, Thomas, no?" You don't believe me. So, what are the signs of the resurrection? Ito yung tanong kanina. What are the signs of the resurrection? One of the signs, a powerful sign of the resurrection is kayo. Tayo. What are the signs of the resurrection? Is the community. The community. This is a very powerful sign of a resurrection. That's why I said tayo. No? We are here. And that's why Jesus really came back to the community. Diba, when Jesus was risen, He didn't immediately say goodbye and I don't know, went to heaven. Bye-bye, bahala na kayo dyan. Kayo na bahala dyan. No? He went back to the community because he is teaching us that the community will be the sign of the resurrection in the world of today. How can we show the resurrection in the world of today? Through community. Through our presence with one another. So yun lang. No? One of the powerful signs of resurrection is really the community. So I invite you really to give thanks for the community. Even for me, no, I really give thanks for the gift of community. Without the community, I will not be able to grow in my faith. Alam niyo yan, di ba? Kung walang community, saan kaya tayo ngayon? With my faith in Jesus. No? I don't know, you can answer it yourself. No? But from my experience, just from my experience, I have attended Easter encounter. My very first Easter encounter, just to let you to know, no, was I was still a disciple, but I was a lone ranger, no? Lone disciple. I know Verbum Day. I like to join Verbum Day. I think I shared to you already, no? Picture lang, picture din doon, picture, no? Pag may kainan, pag may fiesta, doon ako mag-attend, no? Pag may prayer, wala. So, ganun lang, no? Friends into friends, no? So, first Easter encounter, they invited me, and I said yes to join. Kasi yung venue was near the beach. Okay? So, the retreat house was a Franciscan retreat house in Cebu, and their center is the beach. May beach dyan. Very nice. No? You want to join there? No? So, that was my first encounter. So I said yes kasi, wow, may beach. Okay. I don't know what is Easter encounter all about, but I know what is a beach. So, oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. So, the most beautiful experience that I had there was in Easter Sunday. We woke up very early in the morning. Imagine, after the fiesta, what time did you go to sleep after fiesta? So usually, fiesta time, Saturday night, you sleep mga 2, ganon. You didn't sleep? Okay. So for us, for my experience, the Sunday morning, kasi it's resurrection, we went to the beach and the priest celebrated the Mass on the beach and waiting for the sunrise. Kasi the image of sunrise and the resurrection. No? So that was for me very powerful. First time in my life to be there. No? To welcome the resurrection sunrise. So, for me, beautiful experience. No? Maraming na-experience sa akin, no, for my first Easter encounter. There was even a dramatization of the way of the cross. So really, the way of the cross, really we move from place to place, and then there's really a Jesus there, character, no, person. No? Tapos mga sundalo, ganon, no, live Jesus. Do you know who was Jesus? I was Jesus. tapos yung mga sundalo isang Japanese, no? Kasi we invited a Japanese. And this Japanese guy, I don't know what he did. He used, you know, the bougainvillea as a stick to hit my back. No? I don't know why this guy. I wanted to punch him, but I need to show that I'm Jesus. Ang sakit. Anyway, so those were experiences. I had a good experience. No? Pero what I'm saying is that, talking about the community, after the Easter encounter, kasi walang community, wala pa akong community, I was just joining. It was not easy to really understand the resurrection. Only when I when I joined the community, I realized how important it is to have a community so that the experience of the risen Christ really can continue in my life. So that's why I encourage you. No? In the first reading of tomorrow, this talks about the community. The community of believers was one in mind and heart. The sign of the resurrection is a community who has the same mind, same heart, same experience of Jesus. So yun, no? What are one of the signs of the resurrection is the gift of the community. The community can help you stand up. The community can help you discover God's love, God's goodness, and makes you live stronger in your faith. That's why bukas sa Psalm, sinabi dun sa responsorial Psalm, no? Si Jesus is like the stone rejected by the builders and has become the cornerstone. No? Do you know that passage? The stone rejected by the builders has become the cornerstone. So kayo ang mga builders. Kayo ang mga builders of this new life. Kayo ang mga builders of new life. Now, do you reject Jesus? He is the cornerstone. Siya yung ang tawag dito, will make the house, you will make the building really stand up, strong. Poste, hindi naman poste. Foundation, parang foundation that will make the building stand strong. No? That's Jesus, the cornerstone. So do not reject Him. And only in the community can we experience this. We will not reject Jesus. So this is who Jesus is. So hopefully, hopefully your experience of being in the community has helped you to really put Jesus as the foundation of your life. Ganun ba? Because I don't know if that is true. No? Does the community help you to put Jesus as the cornerstone in your life? Yes, of course. No? Does Jesus make your life more stronger now compared to before? Before prayer, before being with the community, how do you feel? How is your life right now? Tatandaan ko lang yung when I was very young, around maybe 5 to 7 years old, I was masakitin na bata. I was not so healthy. And it's because I had not sickness, but something happened with my health that makes me difficult to stand up as a boy. I was not so strong physically. So when I start to walk, I fall. When I start to run, I fall. Like my legs are very weak. When I was 5 years old. And so many times, I have to be carried just to go out, or I have to be held up. Somebody has to make me stand. Sometimes I get jealous with my older brother. Kasi whenever I go out of the house, makikita ko yung kapatid ko naglalaro with the other kids, tapos umakyat sa puno ng mangga, naglalaro. Nandito lang ako sa baba. How I wish I could do that, but I cannot. That was my feeling. But along the way, my parents, my mother, my father continue to help me walk, help me stand straight, all that. I become stronger because somebody was helping me. Somebody was helping me. So yun ang experience ko. For me, it's like when somebody is helping you to walk. Because we don't know how to walk many times in our faith. But I believe because of each one of us, the community who has been helping, we have been helping one another, we have become stronger. We are able to walk with Jesus. Do you agree? Because of the help of one another. And we need that. We need that. Alone, it's difficult. But with the help of the community, we are able to persevere. We're able to walk stronger in faith. So, the same with Thomas, actually. Thomas wanted to be a lone ranger. No? Wanted to be. Natanong niyo ba kung nasaan si Thomas? Nandun yung mga community, di ba? The community was there, but we don't know where Thomas is. He came the week after. Saan kaya si Thomas? Saan kaya si Thomas? So, after, without the community, I believe Thomas will continue to doubt. But because of the community, because of the brothers saying, we have seen the Lord, Thomas stayed inside together with them, the lepers, and was able to encounter Jesus. So, this is our gospel for tomorrow. These are readings for tomorrow. And now we will have our time of prayer. Okay? We will, the passage you have for this afternoon is the gospel of today. Sorry, for Sunday tomorrow, John 20. John chapter 20 from 19 to 31. John chapter 20 verse 19 to 31. May mga Bibles dito, so if you want to later to pray about it. And try to just read the passage again. You can also read this, the paper I give you. But try to read slowly the passage. Put yourself there in that story. Maybe you can put yourself as Thomas or the other disciples. Tapos, itanong yung sarili, ano ba yung mga takot? What are the fears that you have? What are the fears that you have that makes you to hide behind locked doors? What are the fears that you have? Tapos, ano yung message ni Jesus for you? With all the passage na nandun. So yun lang, okay? So yun ang questions, no? Read the passage, pray about it, and try to discover kung ano yung message of Jesus for you today to prepare us for tomorrow's passages. So I will leave you with this the guidelines. Let us ask also Mother Mary to help us in our prayer this afternoon.